Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2026 here with Rack Racing. We're going to go ahead and go over a few things today and also cover my first rain race or wet race in iRacing. Things went a little bit more hectic than I thought, but a good outcome nonetheless. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what's going to go happen going forward. 2025 definitely had some interesting changes for my approach and content. We originally started doing all this with K1 Speed as a indoor league rental series, and that was going pretty well throughout 2024. Unfortunately, I had to stop just due to finances at the time and a change in job and whatnot. So that stopped, but in the end of 2024, we met a group called Shifty Racing, as you can see in the bottom right, and we started racing with them a lot more, participating in their leagues, and they participated in our Desert Rats Racing League that we held throughout 2025. And we then started getting closer with the owner, Joshua South, aka Finesse, and doing more content for him. We kind of took a break here on this channel in the last few months, and I was also getting married, so that was a big distraction in the late 2025. But yeah, now we're here and we're doing a lot more content for them and a little less focus on ourselves, but I will be changing that for 2026. Commentary has been really fun. I think that's the big thing that stuck out to me in 2025 is doing commentary for Shifty Racing was a lot of fun. And even doing it for my own series when I wasn't using or hiring Webo as the commentator for my series, I was enjoying it quite a bit. So we're definitely going to be continuing with the Open Lobby commentary series coming soon. We've already done 3 of those, but they were kind of just test works. But that is going to be a continued series that we do in different racing games, not just iRacing or AMS2, etc., etc. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But aside from that, let's go ahead and get into this race now that we've been watching. This is the production car challenge in iRacing. I've been driving it a lot over the last year. I enjoy the Toyota and the multi-class aspect of it. This combination, though, I don't know why iRacing thought this was a good idea. We did Snetterton 200 with about 40 cars on the track between the Mazdas, the Toyotas, and the BMWs. We did not have any Renaults on the track for this one. But then we also got hit with the low chance of rain that can happen in production car challenge this year. I am from the desert. It rains here maybe 1 to 4 times a year if we're lucky, and it's very terrible. All the rubber and oils in our roads pull up from the ground. Very, very bad. Not fun. But I've never done a wet race in iRacing, let alone do any wet racing really in simulation lately at all. So I was really expecting this to be really kind of just a shit show, to be honest. I was using this practice for a Shifty Racing League where we were doing just the Toyotas at Snetterton 200. And yeah, this this kind of ruined the whole point of practicing because the league was not going to be on a wet track whatsoever, no chance of it. But what I did was I said I'm not going to qualify. I actually went out with 0 practice. I think I drove maybe a half a lap at most just to see how wet it was, and then hopped straight into the race at the back of the Toyota pack, which I believe was 21 cars. Uh, I just told myself I'm just going to go slow and easy. At the start of this race, as you might, if you were paying attention, it was really hectic. Lots of crashing, lots of people freaking out. But we surprisingly made it through all of that with 0 incidents. And yeah, even there, you can hear people are getting distraught because it's still chaotic all along the track. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I was surprised how well it went. And right there, yeah, like that's moments where I'm like, I'm surprised I came out with 0 incidents. That was terrifying. But we're gonna go keep chasing after Boo Bear here in front of us as the background noise keeps arguing with each other. And as you can see, even back there, somebody just got punted off from the lack of grip in the chicane. This section was really rough, especially the turning right there. Normally, you're supposed to take the inside, as you can see with the driving line. Um, I did have it on for this race, not to follow it for the wet, but just to see what other people are doing in terms of it. Um, and because again, I was going to use it to practice for a league race after this, so yeah, things were interesting in this race. I again, I'm just happy I made it through. But yeah, it was a bit of a shit show. But we'll go ahead and cut a little bit further ahead into the race now. We're not going to make today a long or full in-depth video. I'm just happy I got through this chaotic race for today. And I can definitely upload I'll upload the replay of the full race on the VOD channel that we have over at Rack Racing VODs as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and cut forward now. So this is about with 5 minutes or so left in the race. We got caught back up to a couple of more cars. In the middle of the race, there was a couple of minutes. There was a couple of minutes where we were just kind of by ourselves. And right here, we were catching up to some back markers. I was definitely being a little aggressive about my position because, yeah, I was trying to maintain that 0 incident points. I was definitely stressed at this point as the tires were starting to go and the track was drying up. And I think this is 0 incident points. I'd like to keep it that way too. Yeah, exactly. I think this is a great example of why it's good we don't actually have open proximity chat in real life racing, as people would just be flaming each other the whole time. But no, he did actually get out of the way despite the little back and forth between us. So I if you're out there, thank you. This was fun though. Yeah, I don't know what to say about wet racing still. It's such a weird monster where depending on the track, the amount of rain and water, sometimes it can be fun. Like to me, this was actually a pretty fun race once we got about 5 minutes into it and the pack spread out a bit. Like here you can see I'm chasing after a BMW. This would not normally happen in, or no, that is the Toyota. There's a different part of this race where I was also chasing after BMW because they just lack speed in these corners and they can't get on the throttle because there's no grip on the track like they normally would. So it was an interesting race for sure. I definitely will say I will probably do more this year. I think this will be the year we start tackling more challenging races. We've stuck to more intermediate and amateur style racing with the Mini Coopers and the Mazdas with the fundamental course or league. Like, I definitely enjoy my slow but fast cars. We will be starting another league for AMS2 using some similar ideals with cars that aren't quite, track performance grade, but still fun to race, as Shift wants to see more AMS2 racing, and we're trying to bring back more games in general for Shift, as the Discord has over 500 members, but we only have maybe 20 to 30 active members between the 2 to 3 games that are currently active. So I'm currently working with Finesse to get some things updated with that, and we'll be still hosting Desert Rats Racing. It's just going to be in collaboration with Shifty Racing going forward. So that's good news, means we have more eyes on it, and we're looking forward to that. As you can see, those wet tires are starting to give just a little bit, but in a good way, where slip angle is becoming a little bit more possible now. But there's times like this where you can see they aren't quite getting on the brakes like they need to in some spots, causing wide turns and things like that, but we adjust. Still somehow magically at 0 instance points. I don't know how we got through that. But we're being chased down by a Nokia branded car. That thing will not be stopped. You can't break that car. I think that's the sponsorship point. And a couple of Mazdas and other Toyotas slowly leaning in the back there. But yeah, it was a very interesting race to go through. I was not expecting to get in the top 10, let alone get through with 0 incident points. So this was a big boost in iRating and safety, of course. And as you can see, actually, we got 7th overall of our class, but I never realized until after watching this back, we were in 8th position overall of the entire race. So we managed to not only, come back from 21st in the Toyotas, but we also managed to beat all the Mazdas and all but what I believe was one BMW. So shout out to all the BMWs for taking themselves out. I appreciate it.
No longer a 0 is.
And you can see that I wasn't the only one with 0 incidents at this point in the race, so nobody wanted to lose it for sure after getting this far. But for the rest of the race, nothing too exciting happens. The car behind me gets a little bit of pace, but it doesn't ever turn into a fight. So we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up here. I am excited for 2026 between doing some more commentary, participating in more leagues, hopefully winning some more as well, because we now have both Desert Rats under the belt, and the Fundamentalist Season 1. So we are, or Season 0, I apologize. Technically that was Season 0 that I took the championship in for Fundamentalist. But yeah, we're going to be doing more dedicated and focused racing. Leagues are where it's at. Like, you get the best racing from leagues. You can find the people in your league that are close to your time and kind of become your rivals or friends. It's the same stuff I missed from K1. I would like to go back to K1 this year. We'll see if that happens, but not too sure at this time. But that is going to wrap it up for today.
I think I can be happy with 21st to 7th with 0 incidents.
As he said there, happy with that. But yeah, as for iRacing, once you get to D class, try out the production car challenge for sure. This is my favorite category, I think, so far in iRacing. Lots of fun track combinations, and all 4 of the cars are pretty fun to drive, so I would highly recommend this. And other than that, thank you all for joining me today, and we will see you in 2026.